alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
I caught up with the Washington head coach before the game. He told me they understand every ranked matchup becomes a measuring stick when you're carrying a top 10 ranking. They got off to a strong start last week, 1-0 on the season, but that doesn't matter. He said, we will be good if we execute each and every game. Keeps talking to the players in the locker room about the sky is the limit for this team, but it will take one game at a time, and he thinks this is a team that can do it. Reese?
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. The Buckeyes ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Huskies offense going to get the chance to start this game off. And let's say hello to Caleb Hawkins. He sliced through defenders last time out, more than 200 yards, and scored 3 times in their victory.
Well, we talk a lot about the impact transfers can make. How about this running back and what he has brought to this offense early this season? Defenses right now just don't have an answer for him, David. Whether it's toting the rock, whether it's catching the ball, whether it's blocking, he is so versatile, and he's taken this offense to a different level.
And that's why they went out and got him. They identified who they want to bring in. And again, perfect scheme fit, has learned his teammates. Coaches talked about how he's blended in perfectly with his teammates. Now it's about continuing to take that next step, be consistent. Great start to the season, and everybody's pretty happy with the investment they made.
And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. That purple wave getting things going on the ground now.
And such a great fan base in the Pacific Northwest. Washington fans believe in their team. They're loud, and I tell you what, when they got a ground game they can depend on, a physical ground game, it sets the table for everything they want to do offensively.
Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. On the run, it's Hawkins. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
Washington has a lot of things working, set up with another first down. Here's a give to Gibson. Oh, he's got some space. At the 20. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. On first and goal, let's see what Washington does. Running the red zone, it's Gibson. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. Trainers are out there having a look at this freshman defensive tackle to see if he is going to be able to continue. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. They'll run with Gibson. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Huskies!
How about that first drive? The hardest thing to do in college football is win on the road. They're the underdog coming into a hostile environment. What do? Possession 1, go right down the field and shut everybody in this building up.
And he'll bring it back. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Making the adjustment. Handoff for Jarrett. Hit and dropped in his tracks. It'll be a loss of 6.
That back had nowhere to go. Defensive line ate up the blocks. But how about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
And the Huskies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Throwing, Williams. Makes the grab. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable third down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Lined up in the gun, Williams on 3rd down. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1.
So nice when you're an offense and you get in these 3rd and shorts and you know the defense has to be aggressive, has to commit guys up front, especially in the red.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Washington. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. On the run from inside his own 5. He stopped right there after a short return, was looking for running room, and the coverage unit wasn't having it. The Buckeyes offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. And after that performance last week, Jesse, it'll be interesting to see if they can get the big tight end as involved as he was a week ago.
He really did, and he was good out in the field. He was good down near the red zone. He's a matchup problem that you know this quarterback is going to be trying to find early in this game. The defense has to have a plan for him, David. It'll be interesting to see how they try to defend it.
And that's the problem. It's so hard when your best playmaker is a tight end to plan for him, because how you treat him is everything, and they can still run the football with him and they can still throw it to him, and he's just a nightmare matchup. And you want to slow him down, like make some of those easy touches a little bit harder for him, but you know he's going to get his.
Defense made that job a little easier after the encroachment. It's 1st and 5. To the air, it's Washington. Finds his target. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
Oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that guy attack the defense in the perfect spot, making life easy for his QB.
Hauls it in. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Out wide right, it's Johnson. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. On the move. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Searching for space. He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going and now right back to work. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll try the right side. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Here's Williams to throw. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. Here's Williams. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Tight end now in motion. Using his legs, it's Jackson. He's past the sticks. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again, get it to their running back, try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
Looking for a man. It's Washington. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Takes it the other way. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Huskies. The defense putting points on the board. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The snap wants to throw to start this drive. He's got it. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We've reached a break. It's Washington holding the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. The run inside. It's Jackson. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. The Buckeyes may be leaders in the modern game, but this has an old-school, vintage Buckeye feel to it when they move the ball on the ground.
And Ohio State's done it year after year, and it's player after player, but this university recruits at such an elite level. They find dudes, and it's easy to run the football when you've got some dudes.
Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Washington. Out wide left, it's Roberts. Turning it on! They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
And that's a big play for this offense, and they need to get going. They've built themselves a deficit. They need points on this drive, or else, guys, the second half, we're going to be telling old war stories, right? Like back in my day.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Here comes the Washington offense to start this possession. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's 3rd down from the 45. Williams on the play fake. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down. Washington sends out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Making his first move. And they'll get downfield and make the tackle right at the 16-yard line. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They really need to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. There he goes. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. A 1st and 10 for this offense. They'll give it to him again. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. The junior running back slow to get up. We hope this is just momentary. Howie Rowe will keep an eye on everything for us. Looking downfield, it's Washington. Fires left. It's caught downfield. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be 1st down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Drops back on 1st down. Got his man. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
You never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one great throw and one great catch to wake you up. They need to score a touchdown on this drive. They need to score another touchdown on their next drive, but maybe that's the play that turns things around for them.
Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. The Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Left side is Glover. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
And you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. And they can't make the connection.
Well, he's been Mr. Dependable early in this game. The first 5 attempts, all complete. Finally, the defense able to force an incompletion when they throw his way. This guy's route running his hands. It's a matchup problem, but the defense finally has something good happen.
Still looking. He'll pull it down. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Right side, it's Bell. Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17.
Obviously, great job picking up the first down there through the air, but you're trailing by a lot of points now, and you're in that area of the field where you should take a shot. If I was the offensive coordinator, I'd be thinking about throwing this next one into the end zone.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step 1 to getting them back in the ballgame.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the gun, it's Gibson. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Got him quickly. Makes the grab and down immediately. He picks up a few.
Man, we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Williams desperately trying to cut through the noise. Big hit knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a 4th down. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. He'll try to make the catch in traffic, and they'll stop him right there on the return. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Oh, and he's able to get the ball back, but he does lose yardage on the play.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
Back to pass. It's Washington. Caught. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one.
This is why there's a lot of receivers that go alligator arms and they start tiptoeing over the middle of the field because you don't want to be living where these big physical linebackers are. This guy, though, completely fearless, crosses the defender's face. He makes the catch, gets absolutely laid out by the linebacker, but he holds on anyway.
That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Washington ready to kick off to start this 2nd half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. These injuries could play a big factor, Holly. What have you got on those?
Guys, I caught up with the Buckeyes head coach coming out of the locker room. Their running back has been terrific, playing well so far in this game, but he is taking a lot of hits. He's had to absorb a lot of contact, running yards after contact, but they're going to keep their eye on him and see if he can power through all the hits, bumps, and bruises he's taken here in the first half. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. Finds his man. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a 1st down. And now there's a stoppage for an injured Buckeye. The junior running back slow to get up. We hope this is just momentary. Howie Rowe will keep an eye on everything for us. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Follows his blocks. It's Rodgers. Nowhere to go.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Out wide left, it's Johnson. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet. Right there, I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on third down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's third and long or third and inches, you just have to go execute. And they do it there.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Quick give. It's Jackson on the stop.
What a great play by the linebacker. Do you talk about filling a hole? Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Out wide right, it's Glover. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Finds a crease, it's Jackson. Defense all over him.
It'd be interesting to watch this offense really down the stretch because they can't really have that balance, especially when they're going backwards. Like, they're down, they've got to put up some points, got to get some stops. I think this offense has to be aggressive, and I think it's going to have to be through the air.
Back to pass, it's Washington. Going to take a shot. Catch and stride inside the 15. Touchdown, Buckeyes! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
Man, what a nice ball. You can see he sees him running the corner route, lays it out in front, catches the ball, and nice job catching the ball, and then doing what? Getting upfield, not running out of bounds, not getting pushed out, not getting tackled. Nice job after the catch, getting vertical, getting to the end zone.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. The Huskies offense out there and ready to go. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the third quarter, they'll try to answer here. Quick handoff. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They give it back to him. He's stopped.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Here's Williams. A strike downfield. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
And that's a huge third down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Williams got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Breaks into the open. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Here's a give to Washington. Stop right there.
And this D needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
Williams. Left side is Harris. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
And you don't see that often where you're running a screen and you're featuring the running back and setting it up, but you go elsewhere. It's a nice job by the offense, nice job by the quarterback in particular, seeing the defense, saying, I can make a play somewhere else, and he goes and does it.
They go to the wide receiver screen. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. We've reached the break. Bow down to your leaders, Washington. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the 3rd quarter stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Here's a give to Gibson. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. This conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Here's Gibson one more time. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything.
They've got a 1st down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, 4th quarter. Couldn't ask for anything. Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Huskies. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
And here's the return. And the returner is stopped. Holly, what update do you have for us?
Guys, here on the Buckeyes sideline, I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers, and there's a lot of conversation. They're showing him those mistakes on the film, trying to get him to see what he's missing. They want to get some confidence built back up in this quarterback, but right now he's shaking his head like, I've got this, I've got this. We'll see if he really does here to take the field. Guys?
Thanks, Holly. The play fake. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. This defense is trying to protect the lead. You have to make the offense work for it, and a personal foul just gives them yards. And it'll be first down for this offense after the personal foul. Sells to run, wants to pass. That pass is incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
They'll move the tight end. Looking downfield, it's Washington. Right side, it's Glover. Got maybe a yard, third down and 9 coming.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch of these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Got to make the play on fourth. Throws for the tight end. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Drag to the ground, but not before. He's converted the fourth down to keep the drive going.
And no messing around right now if you're on offense. This is the time where execution has got to be at a premium. You need to hit completions, David. They need some big plays.
Yeah, and you just want to keep pressuring them and keep making them use the clock, give them the underneath stuff. And again, when they drive the football down the field, I just can't give up touchdowns. Field goal at this point is not going to hurt my defense.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And they swarm him under.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short.
And this offense, I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I think the offense is going to stay on the field. You've already seen it once on this drive, and they've already been successful. You know how hard it is to defend when there's an extra down, and they do it over and over again? So I think this offense will continue to stay aggressive.
Makes a grab past the marker. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that fourth down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
Trying to run, it's Rodgers. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. And the Buckeyes want to crank the tempo. To the air, it's Washington. On the move. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Third down play from the gun. Got his man. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. From the gun. Under pressure. Touchdown, Buckeye! And the comeback is on.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again, and how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. They'll start on the ground with Jarrett Gibson. It's runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Gibson again. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Washington. Just smothered on the play. So they'll use a timeout here. 1 more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well.
And this situation here on second down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in this situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
Timeout called as the play clock had gotten down to 3 seconds. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. 2nd and long here. Washington again. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark.
Big third down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on 3rd down.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting him a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
Washington sends out the punt team. They'll look to pin him deep. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. Back to throw, it's Washington. Rush right in his face. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
And the defense is smelling blood in the water at this juncture. They know the offense is going to throw it, and that's why you see these D linemen and linebackers, man, they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback, and the hit that time helped force the incompletion.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Snaps it in the shotgun. Turns it upfield.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field, but you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your second and third read some, but we've got to stay aggressive.
Finds a man on the left. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly.
You know, in a 2-minute situation like this, you've got to find your best players on the field. When you've got one of the best wide receivers in the game, that's the guy that you need to be throwing to as often as possible in a 2-minute situation late trailer.
Man, those are frustrating because you know you're supposed to catch that. You're supposed to secure it. It's going to happen, but it's just frustrating for those receivers. Just tap the chest. My bad, dog.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Wants to throw it. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And this is a tough spot now to be in for this offense because it's third and long. The defense knows you have to pass the football, so they're going to be playing conservative. So what's your play you can dial up? Maybe get half of this back. Like, I know the clock is ticking, but I got to make sure that I maybe cut this down and make it a more manageable fourth down if I don't complete this third and long.
They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. Sets his feet. It's Washington. Going for 6. And he's got it. He's got it for a touchdown. And here in the final minute, they're a single point behind.
And in this situation now, if you're on offense, what do? Do you kick the extra point, tie it, and hope for overtime? Or are you aggressive? Do you decide to go for 2 right here and see if you can take the lead with just seconds left in the game?
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback changing the play. Here's Gibson to begin the drive. Swarmed under 5-yard loss on the play.
And you got to bang a timeout right here. You've got 2 left. After running the football, save as many seconds as you can to give yourself an opportunity to come back and win this game.
Here's Gibson one more time. Oh, he's got some space. The 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Huskies. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Big-time players make big plays in big games. And coming up with that touchdown with just seconds left in this game now gives them an opportunity to hit the extra point, to make it a touchdown game, and there might be 2 more plays left. A kickoff, maybe 1 more snap for the opponent. What a massive play in a big moment.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be stopped right there, desperately trying to stay on his feet, pull out a little heroic move, but that's going to do it as this game is over. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw 2 really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, 2 really good teams, and that's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone.